Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. If you are just stopping by to the channel for the first time, then welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you have been part of our virtual community here for a while, then welcome back. And thank you for continuing to co-create these messages and videos along with me. Because of course, as I always say, this is a co-creative process taking place here on YouTube, and simply by being present with this reading, sharing your energy by listening, you are actually actively being part of manifesting the information that comes through. We did just have a very intense full moon. The thing about this full moon that we experienced on April 23rd is I almost feel as though for many there was this subtle buildup where maybe you weren't necessarily actively researching the full moon prior. It's almost like it snuck up on us collectively. But then suddenly when the energy started to hit in waves, we began wondering what's happening here. And that may have led you to start looking into the effects of the full moon. This one was very energetically intense because it shifted us onto a brand new timeline. But this upgrade was very easily interpreted by the conscious mind as actually a form of anxiety. And the reason for this is because whenever there is a gap between where our energetic body has expanded into and where our physical body currently is, meaning our body is in a sense catching up to our spiritual upgrades, to our energy body upgrades, this gap will drive the conscious mind crazy because essentially the conscious mind becomes very confused. Subconsciously, it senses that something is off, that there's some kind of disparity or disconnect here, and it doesn't really know what to do with that. So very often, it will feed you anxious thoughts or feelings or even physical bodily sensations that feel a bit strange. Now, of course, I'm not a medical professional, so I always recommend seeing a doctor for anything you're feeling physically. But know that with these, again, energetic upgrades, we've been expanded, and the physical body needs extra care and nourishment during that period of time where it is automatically catching up to that expansion. I spoke on this in an Instagram reel, so if you would like to watch that reel, there's just a very short, succinct kind of description of what we experienced with this full moon. And my Instagram is at Magnetize Yourself if you'd like to follow me over there. But I want to do a reading today, even though I know it's been a little while since we've done what I call mini readings, which are these reading videos in between our main collective readings. I really have no idea what's going to be coming out in the reading today. I'm really going to open it up energetically so that whatever messages someone needs to hear can manifest through the reading. So if you would like to tie your energy into the reading in a stronger way, I do recommend liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as these are forms of energetic transference that do tend to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you, not just here in this video, but in future reading videos as well. Okay, so the first term I heard is hidden community, and we have community at the bottom of the deck. Support from unexpected places. So what I'm picking up for someone listening Specifically, I'm hearing this might resonate with the divine feminine, although of course, when I use these labels, divine feminine and divine masculine, I am describing energies. So these could resonate with any gender. They could also connect with your internal divine feminine or divine masculine, because we all have a balance of these energies within each of us. But what I'm getting from these cards so far is that you might be feeling very alone, very isolated, but I'm almost seeing someone looking out at the horizon, and then behind them, there is this crowd of support that they don't necessarily see, but that is there backing them up and supporting them. So it could be that you are embarking on some kind of new endeavor and you're feeling like you're alone in it. You're not sure if you're going to be supported, but behind you, there is like this crowd of support. Now, this crowd of support, this hidden support or hidden community, could be literal people that you know that are watching you from afar, that are admiring what you're doing, that support you energetically, even if they haven't vocalized that support. For others of you, this could be spiritual support. So you might actually have your ancestors, your spirit team, your spirit guides supporting you in whatever it is that you are doing or creating or visioning, even though you might not be fully consciously aware of that support. I also have the card stuck, but it's in the reverse position. So what I'm getting from this card is the energy really beginning to pick up again. So for some of you, you may have been feeling very stagnant right around the full moon that we just experienced. But again, that upgrade was taking place. And once you take that energetic leap or that energetic bounce from that upgrade, meaning once your physical body has sufficiently rested to catch up to the upgrade, you're actually going to feel what you may have been labeling as stuck energy starting to release. And I said in the Instagram reel I posted that during this full moon, you might be receiving a ton of inspired ideas, but physically you might be feeling too tired to really put those ideas into action. Well, know that that's going to be shifting, because as you are resting, as you are caring for yourself and your physical body is able to catch up to those upgrades, you're going to suddenly have these moments of clarity and breakthrough that are going to inevitably push you into acting on certain inspired ideas. Now, of course, these inspired ideas could be in any area of your life that's relevant to you. I'm seeing something about the throat chakra, so they might actually specifically involve using your voice in some way. You might be feeling some throat chakra activations taking place right now, specifically around any karmic situations or toxic situations that you might be receiving clarity on with the contract card here in the upright position. This is my traditional karmic card. So there might be some person or situation that you were in some kind of a contract with karmically, where you were triggering each other. It was very intense. There may have been some toxicity. And I'm hearing toxicity turning into apathy. So you may have outgrown energetically that karmic situation, so that what used to trigger you or feel toxic to you just was met with apathy, meaning you just lost all feelings of desire to connect with that specific person or dynamic. You may have even been a little bit internally shocked by the change, how you suddenly just felt very apathetic towards something or someone who at some time you may have felt very intensely about. This could be a friend, a job, a situation, a romantic situation, of course, for some of you. But it feels like this activation just brought through this profound and automatic sense of clarity around this person or situation. And suddenly, with the deceit card upright, some way that you had been deceived became very clear to you, whether it was self-deception, maybe you weren't allowing yourself to see something about how this person or thing was affecting you. Maybe this person themselves tried to deceive you in some way or was putting on a false mask. I'm hearing tired of the disingenuous. Wow, okay, so someone might be feeling so clear spiritually around being able to sense when someone's being authentic and genuine, and there may have been someone or something in your life that was not reflecting that genuine nature that you had clarified within yourself. And so you may have just felt apathy towards them or towards this because you could sense it wasn't coming from a place of authenticity or it wasn't genuine. I'm hearing silently walking away. So whatever this is, you may have just silently kind of dropped the strings on this situation. You may have just disconnected without necessarily saying anything or vocalizing anything. I feel like whatever this was, it may have actually been affecting you physically as well, making you feel, I'm hearing random aches and pains or very tired. Again, I'm not a medical doctor, so always consult with a doctor for anything like this. But I do feel that it's almost like this energy was very toxic to you. And because you're so empathic and so energetically sensitive, it's almost like you were feeling this in your physical body because this person or situation was not aligned with the frequency of unconditional love. We have angel of love in the reverse position. And ultimately, you chose what brought you peace, which could have been to choose apathy towards this person or thing, to just walk away, you chose your peace in one way or another here with the storm warning reversed. And this has made you very, very clear. It's almost like I see someone's vision suddenly clearing, metaphorically speaking, where suddenly you realize how this thing was affecting you because once you cut the ties, you just feel this breath of fresh air. You feel so clear. You may have not consciously realized just how stuck this person or situation was keeping you with the crown chakra in the reverse position. This is really reminding me of something I discussed in a recent video about soul ties and how we can have a soul tie within a soul mate connection or a twin flame connection, yes. But when there's a soul tie overlaying that pure soul connection, it can cause us to feel obsessive, to feel drained, to feel very intense in ways that can be negative. Which is why it's beneficial to release those soul ties, not to worry about losing that pure connection beneath the surface, because recognize if there is that pure, deeper soul connection, it's almost like where the root of that quote, if you love something, set it free, and if it comes back to you, it's yours. And that's kind of the idea with allowing yourself to release the unhealthy, the obsessive, the intense parts of connections, even connections that have that deeper, pure soul potential underlying that toxicity, but to release those toxic dynamics, to release yourself from that soul tie that may have become very draining. And then to see what happens next, whether that person is capable of continuing to connect with you from that purer place, because that would indicate there's that deeper connection. Now, of course, time is a bit of a funny thing when it comes to the quantum. So they might not be connecting with you immediately from that pure place, but eventually, at some point in time, if there is that deeper soul connection, there will be those opportunities, if you choose them, to connect from that deeper place, from that place that's actually very healthy and soulful and mutually beneficial. But it requires the courage to cut out the unhealthy parts of the connection. And I'm almost seeing someone pruning a garden, like cutting off the parts of this garden that are preventing the rest of it from growing. In this context, I feel this may have actually led to some sadness because you might be feeling sad that you had to release this person or thing, even though it was negatively impacting you. And having released it does feel like this breath of fresh air. So this reading might be a sign of confirmation that you are so supported in this. Remember, there's that hidden community behind you, even if you're feeling alone. And also this could be a confirmation that you made the correct decision, even if it did lead to a bit of sadness. But you can already feel that confirmation within yourself because it's coming in the form of, I just keep getting breath of fresh air energy. It's coming in the form of feeling like a weight's been lifted, feeling like your spiritual vision is much clearer. So I am going to be reshuffling the cards here, but because the energy has been so intense lately, it is really more essential than ever to find ways to really keep your aura clear, to keep your energy clear, to process these triggers and these upgrades as they're coming up for you. And personally, the tool that I use to assist me in all of this energetic processing is subliminal meditation. So subliminals are essentially audio meditation tracks that contain unconscious spoken affirmations, which means your conscious mind won't be able to usually clearly hear them while you're listening. But what that means is that these affirmations are capable of bypassing that conscious filter of your mind, which allows them to make deeper, more lasting impressions on that more under the surface level of the mind, which of course is the subconscious. And we all know how research talks about the subconscious really being the powerhouse of the mind. This is where 95% of our thoughts are actually occurring just beneath our conscious awareness. So that is why subliminals have been so powerful for me personally, because I tried other forms of energy clearing and manifesting. But most of these techniques are addressing the conscious mind, which is just that surface level 5%. So since utilizing subliminals and really accessing and reprogramming my deeper subconscious mind, I have seen the most profound manifestations, results, shifts, and changes over the last 5 or 6 years since I've really started using them consistently. And because I am so passionate about subliminals, I have created my very own Subliminals app. The name of the app is Sound and Soulful. And you can find it by searching in the app stores, but you can also use a direct link to download the app that I'll be leaving in the description box and the pinned comment underneath the video. But in this app, I have created and I'm now sharing with you over 130 subliminals for essentially every area of life. And I am planning on continuing to add many more of these in the future. So stay tuned for that as well. But you can listen to every single subliminal in 10 different background sound options, just depending on your preference. You can also create your own custom private playlists as well. And you can even read the affirmations in every subliminal while you are listening. Sometimes I use these affirmations throughout the day as well to repeat to myself mentally, because of course there is still that conscious 5% of the mind as well. And repeating positive affirmations to your mind really feeds it that positive material that it then uses to create the manifestations of your world. But again, reprogramming the subconscious with subliminals is really like this backdoor fast track to manifestation in my experience. So if you would like to try out my app completely free for 7 days, you can download the app and create a 7-day free trial account by clicking on the link in the pinned comment and the description box underneath this video. Specifically because we are still in the window of experiencing that full moon energy, I would most highly recommend at this time the full moon energy clearing subliminal, as well as my subliminal called 7 chakra clearing. That's more of a general but very deep level, comprehensive aura clearing, energy clearing tool to help keep you grounded and stabilized during these very energetically intense times. So again, the link to download my app is under the video. Okay, so it's interesting because right as I talked about you choosing peace, we also got the door to romance card in the upright position. So what this tells me is when you choose peace, even if it does cause this sadness, you have now opened this powerful new door in love. Not only is there that breath of fresh air feeling that I sense happens immediately, that sense of a weight being lifted, but also a powerful new door is opening in a romantic sense. So I am going to be taking a closer look at what kind of door is opening romantically here. So what is this door opening in romance? By the way, I did see some repeating numbers during this reading, specifically the numbers 1212 and the numbers 1919. So I'm actually feeling guided to channel a quick message from these numbers. And of course, the number 1212 says, this holds a special connection to matters of love and relationships. It's a sign that change can bring positive outcomes, especially in your relationships. That is so synchronistically connected to what we were just saying about you having made that change of choosing your own peace and possibly choosing to disconnect from something or someone in your life that was very toxic for you or bringing in that heavy energy. And this change, this alteration, is opening up powerful new opportunities. So I'm now going to channel from the number 1919 as well. And the number 1919 says, making space for new beginnings in your life, releasing limiting beliefs, and trusting you're supported by your angels and guides through these changes. Wow. Once again, that connects in perfectly with everything that we were just talking about there. Okay, so I want to know from the traditional tarot, we haven't used this deck yet in the reading, so what else can I channel about these powerful new doors opening in love? Okay, we have the 10 of Cups in the reverse position. So some connection may have seemed dysfunctional or unstable. Someone could be going through some kind of a divorce here or a separation. This might be you, but this could also be someone that you are connected to. Yeah, this could be a King of Wands you're connected to, especially if you are resonating here as a divine feminine. There may be a masculine here who is feeling deeply unhappy in some kind of a dysfunctional relationship, or was in the past feeling unhappy in that kind of relationship. Yeah, this is someone who may have felt like it was impossible to leave, or who was feeling blocked by some kind of obstacle when it came to walking away from this person or situation. But something has become very clear to them. Their third eye chakra, the seat of our intuition, is very stimulated at this time. I feel like for some reason, this is a person daydreaming about moving or traveling. Maybe they're doing this because they're daydreaming about moving to be closer to you, Divine Feminine. Yeah, because here we have the Queen of Cups, a choice based on sincere feelings, empathy, a nurturing figure, someone who is connecting either with their childhood, their roots, or their inner child with the Six of Cups. I'm hearing you make me feel like a kid again. It's almost like this is a masculine feeling giddy in your presence. Now, you may actually have known this person in childhood, but for many of you, this is just your Queen of Cups energy connecting with their inner child. They are feeling the effects of how emotionally self-connected that you are. And I'm getting the message that the more you, Divine Feminine, stay connected to your own inner emotional world and really use those emotions as your guide, the more you subconsciously become magnetic to this masculine, because it's almost like bringing them this, it's an unexplainable, like gut level reaction to your energy that's happening because you are so uniquely connected to your inner emotional world in a world where most people are disconnected from their emotional self. Now, this masculine is in a state of loneliness. I feel like they're in flux in their life with the Hermit in the reverse position. With the Empress card, though, they're perceiving you as being in this beautiful, and again, that word magnetic is coming up here, magnetic energy, but this seems to pull them the most strongly when you are in this relaxed stance energetically. So when you are allowing yourself to surrender to the flow, when you're staying connected to your own self-love, your own internal source of muse and creativity, when you're allowing your emotions to be your guide, that is what this person's soul finds so magnetic about you. But I am getting as well with this Hermit card reverse, this loneliness, isolation, being reclusive. This is someone in a very antisocial mood at the moment. And I feel this is because something has been triggered here. Now, for some of them, it could be that there was some recent or pending divorce or separation in their life. For others of them, they might just be feeling very in flux with their life. That's coming out strongly here. But I see that they may have pulled back a bit in the physical, creating some kind of separation or disharmony here physically with the Two of Cups reversed, while at the same time, they're still feeling such a deep admiration towards you and such a strong magnetic pull towards you as well. So I'm very curious to see how this energy continues to unfold. There may be a sort of informal part 2 to this reading, especially because ultimately we're getting the Lovers as the outcome card, that this is what this situation is shifting into, this powerful harmony and union in love here. So if you are interested in hearing more about this dynamic, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications, because I will be actually channeling another video that I'll be posting in 8 hours from now that will use this ending of this reading as a starting point for the next reading. But in the meantime, I really hope something here connected with you personally. If so, I would love to hear from you in the comments under the video. Of course, if you do resonate with me, I invite you to subscribe, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. If you do want to try out my Subliminals in the Sound and Soulful app that I've created to reprogram your subconscious mind and manifest your desires more quickly, the link to download and try out the app is in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. Otherwise, I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light energy. Have a beautiful remainder of your day, and I will connect with you here again in the next video.